Every night at 3 a.m., a girl hears the dragging of nails and muffled screams under her bedroom floor. One night, the sounds stopped and her name was whispered from beneath the floorboards. It was an old house. I should have known better than to move in. Everyone in town knew it was haunted. Kids would run by after school, egging each other on to come up to the porch and scream, "Boo! Get out! Ghost!" And then they'd run away before any lights came on, before anyone came out to chase them. I didn't believe in ghosts, not until that first night. I was trying to read in bed, but every time I closed my eyes, I could hear dragging metal moans. At first I thought it was mice, but then the scratching stopped and a voice started. It was a woman's voice, and it sounded like she was trying to scream, but she couldn't. All that came out was a strangled, "Help me." Then, silence again. I told myself it was just an old house settling, but the next night it happened again. The dragging started, then the voice. By the third night, I was too scared to go back to sleep without turning on all the lights, and even then, I didn't sleep well. That's when I decided I had to find out what was going on down there. I put on all the lights and pulled back the thick curtains. The room was big, the windows were small. There was a closet with a big old mirror on one wall and a door on the opposite wall. That was the only door. But where the floorboards made a perfect rectangle around that door, underneath there was a square cut out like a trap door. Of course, I had no idea how to open it, but now I had distractions. I didn't hear anything else that night, not even the scratching. Maybe it was just an animal. Maybe I'd imagined the whole thing. But then the scratching started again, and I heard it more clearly because now I was awake. And the voice, it wasn't under the floor anymore. It was right outside my door. I held my breath, listening, straining to understand. A finger tapped on the wood. Someone or something was trying to get in. I backed away from the door, fell against the closet and turned on the light inside. I stared into the mirror. My face was pale, my eyes wide, and then I saw it, a dark shape under the door. Whatever it was big, and it was moving closer. I wanted to get away, but my feet wouldn't move. They were stuck to the floor. In the mirror, the dark shape loomed, blocking out the little sliver of light from under the door. Now I could see its face. It looked like a skeleton wearing my skin. It had my hair, my eyes, my mouth stretched into a silent scream. I don't remember much after that. I think I screamed. I think I tried to claw my way out of the closet, but it wasn't my hand that came through the mirror. It was bony and cold and it had claws. The scratching stopped. I heard a muffled thump and then silence. In the morning, when the sun streamed through the window, I got out of the closet and slowly approached the door. As I reached for the knob, I heard a whisper, "Let me in." I jumped back. Was it the ghost? Was it real? Was I losing my mind? I needed answers. So I opened the door and stepped over whatever was lying on the floor. There was nothing there. I went down the steps into the basement and found a loose floorboard. I pried it up, revealing an empty space underneath. It was a small space. It didn't look like it could fit a person, just pipes and wires. I climbed back up the ladder and went to the closet. I ripped down the mirror, revealing an old wooden board. I pried it up, expecting to see a hollow space behind it, but there was a door. I pushed the door open and found myself staring down the same pipes and wires. The floorboard I had pried up in the basement was directly over this opening. Whoever or whatever was down there had obviously used it to crawl into my room and climb into the walls. And then I saw it, a pile of dirt with a small hole dug out of it. I knelt down and brushed my fingers over the dirt. It was cold and damp. And then I felt something hard, a small piece of bone. As I brushed away more dirt, I could make out the shape of a human skull. Whoever or whatever was hiding in my walls was definitely dead. But that didn't mean it wanted to stay there. Because as I backed away, I saw the hole shift and move. Something dark and skeletal crawled out, dragging itself closer and closer.